recording and then start streaming. I always forget to record these for YouTube. All right.
Ah,
So theoretically, we're going live here. I'm gonna give this a second. I usually have a countdown to let people ease into the channel to give myself a little bit of time to make sure everything is set up. Okay, it looks like we are live. I
woo.
see us up on the main channel page, so I correctly switched the stream key. Was worried I would make a mistake on that because I am such a professional streamer. All right, so I'm just going to pause that video now that I know that that works. All right, so good evening, everybody. Welcome to a special edition Dungeon Masters of Entrath. I started this show back on February 8th, so we're 2 days shy, but it's that week. And I wanted to do something special to celebrate the fact that I've been doing this weekly for a year. I reached out to Dino. Everybody knows Dino, our glorious community manager here. And, you know, I felt if there's anybody I would like to share the stage with for the 1 year celebration, it'd be Dino. For players who may be newer to Hex and aren't familiar with your work, and your Hex streaming prior to joining Hex, would you mind kind of just filling people in with some of the four keeps and the activities you were involved in Hex before you actually worked for them?
Yeah, absolutely. Inspired by many of the fine streamers you guys are probably already aware of, people like Hacky and Zethos and Infamous Neo and all those other ones. I started getting into the streaming scene, and one of the things I really wanted to do and really tried to spearhead at that time was community efforts to create engageable content that wasn't already in the game. Like, what could we do as a community to create the kinds of experiences that we wanted that weren't necessarily backed up by, say, a mode within the game? So what I ended up doing was creating my Four Keeps competition, which took the initial Kickstarter Keeps idea, which is now being realized as Siege, soon TM. It's coming around the corner. And created gauntlets of decks for people to play with all sorts of wacky conditions and stuff, and then had escalating prizes, so the prizes would get bigger the more people challenged the keeps and lost, which, again, very, very Siege-like. And it was a ton of fun. It helped me connect with the community in a way I hadn't really done in any previous game, and ultimately probably paved the way to the role that I have now. So,
right. And it was very much kind of an inspiration and a precursor to what I've been doing over the last year with Dungeon Masters of Entrath. I felt it filled a very necessary void in the game for an outlet to have some really casual, laid-back Hex action, and get to play those kind of weird decks and challenge yourself in scenarios that, if you go onto the ladder with a weird deck, you might get destroyed. But you really want to build that crazy combo and see what kind of dreams you live. And I thought, Dungeon Masters of Entrath would be a great way to kind of continue that. And so it's gonna be fun to have you on here tonight, just kind of hanging out with me for as long as you're able to set aside out of your busy schedule. I know we're looking at probably about an hour here. And so just to kind of give everybody a heads up, I had told Dino earlier, consider Dino as off the clock as a community manager could get. I may ask him some general questions for the sake of us having some conversational flow, and having things to talk about. But I explicitly did not set this up as an interview. We're not trying to wring any information out of Dino here or put him in any uncomfortable positions. It's just two guys with some casual decks engaging in some shenanigans and some banter and seeing how things go tonight.
Yeah, it's all good. I'm happy to chat. If there's something that is asked that I can't give an answer to, I'll let you know. But otherwise, I like being here for the community, and I'm looking forward to playing some of those wacky decks again. You were talking about that casual sort of fun deck building experience where it's not about killing somebody the fastest and quickest and most winningest way, but it's how do you winning with style, right?
Right.
Is the best way to win. So I'm looking forward to this quite a bit.
Excellent. Thepsis asked, will we see 4 Keeps decks as Siege decks? Do you get to set up your own personal Dinos Keep?
Yeah, that's in the works. I haven't nailed down exactly what I want to build. I could totally go back to the archive, as it were. I've kept all of them. But I might also end up building something new. It really depends. I'll have to play around with the system some and see what is, at least for my personal goal, is to create something that's fun and silly and not necessarily the absolute hardest thing in the world. That's kind of the point of the employee keeps, right? They exist, they're low buy-in, and they're sort of a fun addition to the content that's the community's going to be creating, but that's always up there for you to enjoy.
Right. And it's been a while since I looked at the announcement post. I don't know if I can't recall if this was a part of that or not. But do we get to name our keeps, or would it just say Thrawn's Keep, or could I not name it Thrawn's Palace of Pain, or give it a little bit more flair or something like that? Is that part of it?
Interesting. That I would have to talk to production / R&D about. I know that there are a number of features that we're looking at. I can't tell you if that's going to be included. One thing I will say is if there are specific things that you guys do want, make sure to let us know on the forums. The team, myself, we're all reading that, and if that's the kind of thing that you really want or you think would really enhance the experience, let us know.
Right, because I can see some design concerns with it, like you don't want people putting like racist names or something as their keep names, but I think the ability to set some kind of description or flavor to it, so people have a little bit better idea what they're walking into,
makes it a little bit, yeah,
might be nice. And I didn't know if that was going to be part of it or not, so I thought I'd ask you here. So now, gameplay-wise, what Dino and I have lined up tonight is a little bit of Keep Master versus Dungeon Master action. So since Dino has all of his Keep decks saved and preserved, he's going to throw down where I have to challenge one of his keeps with a deck of my own, and then he is going to turn around and challenge me against one of the towers of the Nameless City, which is the current dungeon that everybody's been playing against. I'm not going off of my normal rules with the dungeon, in that normally if you lose a game at any point, your run would be over, but we're just playing for shenanigans. So time allowing, if you're able to continue, I picked the 3 craziest decks from the Gold Tower. So if you want to throw down with those, we can have some fun.
Yeah. Oh, I'm all about fun. That sounds great. I ended up picking actually the very first keeps because I felt that as sort of an anniversary thing that would be kind of fun to do. So these are keeps that don't have any sort of special conditions attached to them. As my show went on, I started being like, oh, you had to do this or you had to do that, much like you have sort of specific build conditions.
Right.
Like one of the ones that was some of them, like you couldn't include any troops above a certain cost or below a certain cost, or you couldn't include any actions in your deck, or just wacky things like that. This one is just sort of normal, but the decks that are included were trying to find strange combos and things that people weren't using in the constructed scene at the time.
Excellent. All right, so I sent you a whisper so that you'll be able to send me a challenge. And then, do you want me to face your keep first, or do you want to fight the tower first?
Hey, this is your show. What would you like to do?
You're the special guest, so I want to throw down against your keep first.
All right.
People have seen some of my decks before, but it's been a long time since we've seen your keep. So let's start with that.
Sure. I'll shoot you a challenge then. Give me a moment. This is going to be Immortal, obviously. Whoops, no. That's not what I intended to do. Let's try that one more time.
Take 2.
Aha, okay. And then we do keep 1.0 thousand cuts.
And chat, I think audio is going to be okay here, but if there's any issues where like you can't hear Dino at all or you can't hear me, let me know. If you and we'll try to deal with that. Now, what deck did I say I was going to use? I was going to use this one. All right, so the deck I am rolling here is a deck that I had built and then cut from the Towers of the Nameless City. For the Time Tower, I was originally going to have both a silver and gold version of that, where you could either play with common and uncommon only decks, or you could have the rare tier. But I was already making so many different decks for the dungeon that I cut that tier out just to kind of save myself a little bit of work. But I had this deck built. It's a lower rarity riff on a constructed deck I was playing during the set 1 and 2 meta. And so it can do some pretty fun Ruby and Wild Dreams. And it's Farney. We haven't seen Farney in a while.
Yeah, a long time.
All right, this hand's a little bit dicey. I'm going to keep it, though. And we'll see what happens. You know, I can probably turn off my stop on your draw phase because I don't think I'm going to see a momentum deck today.
No, probably not. Now, 1,000 Cuts was all about... I think somebody once told me that there was no point to ever using the card Ebony Pawn, so I decided to make a deck that the entire purpose was to use Ebony Pawn.
Like, mm-hmm. I'll show you.
Yep.
It's like during the charity stream when Ryan brought in a deck that used smoke signals as a combo, and I just walked right into that trap because nobody plays smoke signals, so I never saw that coming. All right, so you've got Ebony Pawn going to deal me a point of damage. You have Sapper's Charge to break one of my toys. And what's your champion power? I don't even remember what Farney does. It's been so long. Deal damage to target troop equal to the highest cost among artifacts you control. To target troop. Okay, it can't hit me in the face.
Correct.
Okay, so I think I'm just going to slow roll this a little bit more. And I'll pass her back to you.
Sounds good.
Hopefully within a few turns I'll start getting to the point. We'll see. Okay, so when an artifact enters play under your control, this deals 1 damage to each opposing champion.
Yeah, good old War Machinist. There were actually a bunch of combo decks that played with War Machinist.
I'm gonna hit the note button on that.
Oh. One of my favorites is a Replicator's Gambit War Machinist Death combo deck.
Fun. That sounds brutal.
Yeah, because each one is an artifact, and so it starts doing multiple damage.
All right. All right. Another card that hasn't seen any love in a while. Bucktooth Banner Bunny, for those of you at home. Because this deck is entirely set 1 and 2 cards, so newer players may not know. Bucktooth Banner Bunny is a 2/2 with a 1-shot ability. You can only use it once, costs 5. Troops you control get +2 attack for the turn.
Yeah, if you start to get a board, that'll be pretty scary.
And I need 4 charges for Running Deer, so almost there.
Yeah, Running Deer is going to be a little bit of a pain. This deck is very kind of, as per the name, 1,000 Cuts, just small incremental points of damage.
You want to ping me to death?
Yep.
All right. So we've got that. All right. Let's do it this way. I'm not walking everyone through my plays as much as I normally would because you all can obviously see what I'm doing, and I don't want to immediately telegraph to Dino every line that I'm looking at here. So I might
Tip your hand just a
I
little
might
bit
just
too
kind of
much.
like hover over the card or something to try to give people an idea. Um, so I think we're gonna swing with Mr. Banner Bunny first.
Speaking code.
Yeah, and then we're gonna play that guy, and then I'm just gonna pass it over.
Hmm. I don't know anything about your deck, but
What's up, Stigma? There will be actual runs tonight. Dino's not going to be here for 3 hours. So, I
true.
and I don't have the keywords set up yet for people to enter. So there's no real advantage to typing exclamation challenger right now. It's not going to do anything for you. But yes, people will have the opportunity to play later tonight, for sure. All right.
Turret Wall, another classic.
Didn't work. Okay. Well, I can always do this. And see what you're going to do about it. And then the wall, as in the ending of Game of Thrones, the wall came tumbling down.
Monster.
I feel like that card might be a bit of a headache for what I want to achieve here.
Yeah, probably. Let's just say nope.
Oh. Alright, and you... Non-combat damage dealt by dwarves and artifacts is increased by 1. So that's going to make the Ebony Pawn Pain Stick deal, too.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. Well, how about we call in Harambe?
Philcape, ooh.
Yep.
Special.
Yeah. This Philcape at the end of your turn, revert all troops. That was a nice rare from set 2 that I never felt really got the constructed love that it could have. I thought reversion was going to be more of a thing.
I have an entire deck actually back from the Keep days that works around Philcape and using that exact thing. Had some really pretty crazy combos going on.
Okay. Yes, Heck, you are correct. This is the original Keeper of Keeps versus the Dungeon Master. Celebrating running the game show for a year.
And hey, everybody who's in chat and saying hello. It's a pleasure to see you all again.
All right.
It's a mean monkey.
And how about I gain some more health?
Shows like the absolute meanest deck for this.
Right. Would you like to chip me away? How about I say no and I just keep gaining health?
Oh, it's so bad. Okay.
I was really hoping that you had some like ruby weenies in there because I wanted to gobble up a 1-drop, but you didn't give me a 1-drop, so I have to make do.
Let's see.
Okay. Another Sapper's Charge. That's a thing you can do.
Let's do this.
Don't burn me, bro. Don't burn me, bro. Well, okay, you crackling bolted me. Same difference.
Yeah, Crackling Bolt is superior in this deck, because it also gives you an extra charge, and with
Yep.
Farney, that's actually quite valuable.
Farewell, Phil Gape. You've gone to the great banana orchard in the sky.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
I think the way to beat you is going to be to keep applying the pressure.
Yeah, I think so.
Chlorophylla,
Need another one of those walls.
Chlorophylla really wasn't the draw I wanted, but at least I can rip one resource out of the deck, so I don't have to worry about drawing it later.
So this is something I'd actually forgotten. This Master Theory Crafter here used to have the direct damage Ruby Gem in there, just sort of to get the 1,000 cuts thing again. But
yeah, but
that has since gone the way.
Banned, right?
Yep, of the dinosaurs.
Okay, well, we're gonna throw out our friend the Stink Troll here.
Ruh-roh.
Stink Troll has a one shot. Another troop you control gets Crush, and troops with Crush have +1/+1. So let's turn that Succulent Cluckodon into a 5/5 with Crush.
Is
and
a little bit dangerous.
See if you can dig it.
Okay.
All right. The score for those keeping track at home is 29-14 in favor of Thrawn as running deer. I like the way that's going.
It is working out for you.
Oh, the heat wave! No, it's getting hot in here. And there goes Cluckodon. Dinotropia likes his Cluckodons well cooked. So,
yes.
So
it brings out their succulentness.
You as a dino, if you eat a succulent Cluckodon, is that cannibalism? Or is that allowed?
I think it's allowed.
All right. Well, we have another lonely stink troll out here, so at least I've got something.
Ask the T-Rexes.
No. All right, so
gaining all that health is real pain.
Yeah, it's slowing you down a lot. I just gotta hope I can top deck out of it, and then the wild shard's not gonna do it for me. But at least that gets me closer to a charge power.
Yeah, well, exactly, because every 4 turns you gain 1 extra point of health. So
right, and you're only my charge power is faster than your lonely ebony pawn can kill me.
It really is. This is another one where my sockets are all gone, unfortunately. I think I need to go back and fix the sockets in my deck, because I think they were all removed at one point.
Yeah. We can do that between games here.
Yeah.
I don't want to run a whole keep against dead cards. Nobody wants to see that. All right, so here's Erechosaurus, an important part of the combo shenanigans.
Mm.
When this attacking troops you control get crushed this turn. Paired with Stink Troll, every attack will get Crush and +1/+1.
Nice.
Lovely little combo.
Oh, that's really good. Small little twofer.
What is... At the start of your turn, you may have this transform into replica of... Okay, so basically it would become another Ebony Pawn.
Yep. Oh, I love Doppel Gadget. That was one of the cards from, just sort of the original sets that really... I always wanted to build something with it, so there are a ton of different decks that use Doppel Gadget here and there. It's a fun one.
I would really have enjoyed a Stink Troll right now. Okay, attacking troops, that also is itself. So, can't stop, won't stop.
Okay, well, the fact that you're swinging into this implies you have some kind of buff or something.
Nah, but I do have another Rekosaurus.
Ah, okay, yeah, that'll do it. Let's see. Would not like to activate this power.
And now the top deck war begins.
Yep.
Oh, bummer. Yes, Gibblemung, I am still alive. It's been hit or miss the last few weeks. Basically between after Christmas and most of the month of January. Just not felt terribly great. So was not in a position where I wanted to put myself in front of a camera last week, so we took some time off.
All right, now I'll activate this. Yeah, it's important to take care of yourself, especially in those winter months.
Triple Ebony Pawn.
Yep. Now things are really starting to cook.
All right, I can't outrace you with shards anymore.
Finally.
I do have a third Rekosaurus.
Another?
Though.
Oh man, that is going to be a pain.
So third and.
Fortunately,
I have to take my lumps.
And unfortunately, those lumps are a little bit smaller than what's coming back at me.
Yep, and there's the magic shard. So that last turn didn't happen. and now I'm gonna hit you for 5.
Yes, you are. I've got 2 turns to get out of this. Womp womp.
One, 2, 3. Okay. Is that all you got?
That's all I've got for now.
All right. Well, take another 5.
Yep. Ow.
And say hello to King Kong.
Oh no. That's gonna be a pain. Alright, what do I get? What do I get? Ah.
If you can eliminate 8 defense on 2 turns in Ruby, I'd be surprised.
Well, there was actually the Attrited Wall would do it for me.
Oh yeah, that plus Farney.
Mm-hmm. Instead, I got Sapper's Charge. So for a while, I was thinking, oh, I'll just not transform the Doppelganger so I could take care of another Rekosaurus. But I'm like, oh, I played 2 out. He's not going to get another one, is he? He did. All right. Well played, sir.
I forget what Running Deer's starting health is, but I feel at 15 I still feel pretty comfortable.
Yeah.
All right, so well, I don't need to play this, so we're gonna keep this secret until the next game, so Dino doesn't know, but chat fam, you can see this. This particular card has the one shot that does that.
Oh, okay. So that's what you have the Filcape in for, the one-shot stuff.
Which I get back every single turn. That's right. The Filcapes are the king of recycling one-shots.
Interesting.
You could call this deck one-shot or not. All right.
Nice.
So we got you. All right. So go ahead and take a minute to fix your gems. Or is it a different deck that you use?
Yes, that's right. I jump in and use a different deck, although I should probably confirm that the next one doesn't have any gems in it.
And how many decks were your keeps? 3 or 4?
3. It was sort of Four Keeps was just so attractive. I put up with the constant mistakes. Usually, it's like, oh, the you've had a gauntlet of four things. No, it's three decks you fight. The fourth keep is your own. Sort of challenging the gauntlet.
B. Warner says you're losing because you're missing your dino hat.
Ah, yes. Yes, I should probably go get that guy out of storage.
See, I came prepared for this. I am wearing Jurassic Park for fighting the dino.
Nice.
Yeah, I can try to slow it down a little bit in the next game. I'm trying not to explain too much of what I'm doing, just not to completely wreck game flow versus Dino here, but I'll try to, as I'm playing things and as things are happening, explain the logic behind the decisions I've just made to help it make more sense.
Okay. Deck number 2 is all good. Let's look at deck number 3. Is also all good. Okay. Shoot me that challenge whenever you like.
I don't think I have you on my friends list. Could you send reply to a whisper and I can send you a challenge, or shoot me the challenge?
Absolutely. Let's just pop you onto the friends list. Where are you? Send me a whisper, yeah?
You have received a friend request from Dinotropia. Who is this dino guy and why does he want to be my friend? Alright. Super low priority but eventual feature request that your friends that are actually online gravitate to the top of the list.
Ah, that would be nice.
So you don't have to play Go Fish.
1 second.
He's got the hat. He's got the hat. I'm doomed now. I'm doomed.
Leveled up. Alrighty.
The dino is eating his face.
Let's see. Did you send a
Yeah, I
Immortal challenge?
Oh, it didn't. Maybe. Well, I thought I did. Here, I'll cancel the challenge and send it again. Challenge. Yeah, Immortal Time Silver 1 Crush. Send.
Okay. Oh, well, then we'll use this deck. Accept.
Round 2. Fight! Ooh, and I even get to go first this time.
Nice.
Oh, Sarad Venom score. Now there's a throwback. This is the champion that did not survive the champions are going to have differing health totals.
No, not so much.
I'll keep this. So the low 16 health, 4 charges to give a troop -1/-1. I'm not sure why they felt that it needed to have such a low health total for that charge power. Oh no! Oh no, mulled to 4?
I guess I'll keep this one. I was hoping for more than 1 shard.
Sometimes 1 shard's all you need.
Sometimes.
But not in that deck?
You need more than 1 shard.
Yeah, sometimes, but not this time.
Yeah.
Alright, so I don't have a turn 1 play, so I'm just going to go ahead and play the slow shard. Pass this over to you. And I'm going to turn, just so we have a little bit of background, I'm going to try to turn the audio up, because even I can't hear it. So we have some hex sound. Okay, so that didn't change it at all. Oh, it's coming out of my... That's weird. It's coming out of my monitor speaker. I don't know if people can hear it or not. We might have to... might have to make do as is.
Actually, I can hear that a little bit.
Okay.
Kind of drippy.
Yeah, it's probably... the mic's probably picking it up. Okay, so... Yeah, that's fine. I played the Chlorophylla here to pull a random wild shard out of my deck so that I get access to that resource a little bit earlier, and so that it's one non-resource that I could potentially draw so that I can keep my flow going. Alright, so now there's no reason not to just use the charge power to get...
that help out there is going to be pretty helpful.
And throw out the Stink Troll first just to try to get some action here. I knew it was a mistake I walked right into that. The Stink Troll was less expendable than some of the other things I've got here.
That's slightly worrying.
I think I'm gonna save this. The game Hex is free to download and try out on either the Steam client on Steam. I know a lot of people have that, or if you go to hextcg.com, you can download the standalone client there. The game has a single-player campaign experience so that you can learn the game at your own pace and get a feel for the mechanics and how things work without having to make a financial investment just to start learning things. And then as you get your feet out from under you, as you've got some familiarity with what's going on and how everything works, there's a robust tournament scene. Every weekend there's 2 $1,000 tournaments. This weekend we've got the Platinum Plunder going on, right?
Yeah.
Giving away thousands of dollars worth of in-game currency. So you can pick up some extra boosters, get a nice deck for that, or just put together a deck on the constructed ladder, which is free to play, and earn a little bit of prizes that way. I have put together common and uncommon only decks that cost, if you didn't own any of the cards and you had to buy them all off the auction house, cost $3 or less, and then ranked up high enough, through the silver and gold ranks that I earned more in prizes than the deck actually cost to build. So you can do some nice work, in the early stages of the ladder without really spending much money at all. And $3 is like a Starbucks coffee these days, so it's a small.
Yeah, it's true.
That's a small ask to dip your toe into the water. There's also the weekly Fight Night tournaments, which are common and uncommon cards only, so that you have a competitive scene there where everybody's using decks that are very cheap.
Yeah, methinks I am not long for this world.
Alright, so you want a direct damage combo? I'm surprised to see Heart of Fire in a deck with blood.
Yeah. Oh, you can do some really interesting things with sort of X-based damage.
Alright, so I keep wanting to save the Cluckodon to eat a weenie, but I'm just going to play it and gain still more health so that I can try to bonsai charge you next turn if the opportunity presents itself.
Yeah, unfortunately there's not a whole lot I can do at this juncture, so I'm just going to smack you in the face.
Gibblemong says, here's a bit of a horror for you. Candles uses no legendaries. Be prepared for your time tower. Yeah, that is a horror that's going to come up. But since the time tower is strictly block constructed, I don't have to worry about that for a while because people got to fight their way into the sets where candles is a thing. And right now, it still sets 1 and 2. Oh, my poor bunny banner bunny.
Yeah, this deck definitely needed that. Was like 5 extra health.
Alright, so we're gonna one shot and just see if this ends it or not.
I think it does. Well played.
It does. I had 2 burns in hand to help push it over the top if I really needed
nice.
to. So you were dead with a side of extra crispy bacon.
Yeah, this one was about control until you get Chimes of the Zodiac up, and then you use a bunch of X spells and Heart of Fire to, finish the deed. But a little bit difficult when you don't have that buffer there and you're coming out swinging so fast.
So it's 2 down, 1 to go.
Yeah, that's right.
Wild Ruby's running hot so far. Your decks, because those were throwbacks, your decks are all set 1 and 2 as well?
Yes, yeah. These are all pretty old builds. Looking at this, I'm trying to see if there's anything... yeah, no, should all be good.
Excellent. You ready for me to send you a challenge then?
I am.
Okay. 2 down, 1 to go. Send challenge. Okay. Standard. At least it defaults to the last deck I was using. Send that challenge. Well, it's good we're using decks from the same sets then, so I'm not showing up with transformation butterflies and crushing you with something your deck was never designed or would have thought to square off against.
Let's see. Interesting. Okay. All
right. Did the challenge come over all right?
It did.
Okay. So I know sometimes when the timer gets that long, it means you never saw it.
No, I just have pages upon pages of decks. So
I know a thing or two about that. That's the reason I didn't keep all my dungeon decks, and I started deleting some for my sanity, because it just became too cumbersome. And especially even now for the Tower of the Nameless City, where I've got over 50 decks already, and I'll have over 100 by the time everything is done. Yeah, I'm looking forward to. I'm hoping one day deck folders will be a thing. I got the one.
Nice.
I got the one charter. I can't keep that. I got another one charter. I can't keep that either. Yeah, this is playable. So you mulled the 5. I mulled the 5.
Yep.
Monica Shin, pay 3 to summon a battle hopper. Is this a different version of Death by 1,000 Cuts where it's a bunch of little weenies instead of direct damage pings?
A little bit.
Alright, so play the slow shard now because that was the only source of wild available to us. Want to try to get that so that things in the hand are playable. And man, game over, man. 3-0-1 blockers.
Yeah.
If only I had a way to do damage to you anyway. Like Crush.
Yeah.
Chlorophilia to get a little bit of ramp here. And end the turn.
Aha! You thought I was defenseless.
Alright, turning that audio down a little bit. And Oh no, the bunnies can do things now.
I always enjoyed the Shinhair tribal stuff. Actually, some really interesting decks you can do. This was the first build iteration. Some of the other keeps continue to iterate and play on this theme, and I think towards the end we got some pretty decent, quasi-competitive Shinhair decks around at the time.
Yeah, Shinner was a fun kind of spam all the things, make all the things bigger.
Yep.
All right, so what are you going to throw at me? All right, 2. Wild is the shard of combat tricks, so I think I'm going to let that slide.
Okay. Yuck.
And Stink Troll is going to give Rekosaurus a pat on the back here to give it Crush by default. And Gibblemong, I forgot to tune the time tower. So, the diamond blood deck is still kind of a little over generous with the legendaries on behalf of the Dungeon Master. Balancing is more art than science, and sometimes it doesn't always work.
It had to take a lot of tuning to get something that was, difficult to beat, but at the same time, felt doable.
Yeah, it's a trap. Except that I'm ready for it. Rekosaurus says, it's okay. Wild Growth is one of my favorite combat tricks in this whole game, though.
Yeah, it's a classic. I really like it. You brought a burn to a bun fight. The burn one.
Okay. I may want to...
Ruh-roh.
New Stink Troll says to old Stink Troll, yo dog, you got this. Wreck those bunnies. And now I have a 7/5 and a 5/4 crush because their benefits stack.
Yes, they do. Oh boy. Right.
And see, the nice thing about that one shot with Filgape is that it reverts, so every turn I can pass around their crush bonus on whatever troop suits me at the time, which is part of the intent of how that's set up.
Oh yeah, no, it's a sweet deck.
All right, so all of those things get wiped away. Rekosaurus died valiantly, taking out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bunnies. The casual 5-for-1 trade.
Yeah. Yeah, it's looking like you got me, sir.
All right. So I haven't played this at all yet this run, so I'll throw out the Warrior of Andronicus is another one that benefits from Filgape's power, because every turn you can basically pay 1 to turn it into a 5/5 instead of a 3/3, and just keep hitting even better. Hey, the fight night starts in 10 minutes for those who are interested. So I don't think I've got you. I think I have to take one more turn to kill you.
Let's see. Aha! Now my Shinhair are mighty.
Oh no!
Whatever will you do?
I'm doomed. doesn't change it, but we're going to go ahead and make Warrior of Andronicus excessively large. And just Alpha Strike.
Let's see. Blarp. At least I'll kill your trolls. GG, sir.
Good games. Keep down. All right, and so for as long as you're able, because it's 7:51 right now.
Let's play a couple of yours. I want to.
All right, so I
want to get a chance to do that for you.
Because I knew time was might be a thing here. I have done them in the issue of kind of craziness and my desire to play them. So,
okay.
First deck you are going to be playing against is a brew that is entirely built around doing the stupidest things I can with escalation.
Okay.
It's all escalation all the time. And so I will send you a challenge here, and this needs to be immortal. And the deck
no legendaries, correct?
Correct. I can use legendaries, you cannot. That's the one power lever I have left to me to give the dungeon a slight advantage.
Yep.
When it's not currently possible to do private challenges with like PvE cards and equipment or anything like that yet.
Mm-hmm. One thing that I found particularly helpful when I was building challenges was saying, oh, you have to use a particular kind of card in your deck. For example, like some people in chat were really liking the Trial of Faith challenge, and that's where to win against the keeps sometime over the course of the 3 challenges, you had to play Trial of Faith and create angels off of it. So that, it created some really interesting decks that were structured around just trying to get that to work. All right, give me a second. Where are you, deck that I want to challenge you with?
Yeah, and it's kind of a spoiler alert, but ties into what you were mentioning. That is something I have as a design goal for the final boss at the very end of the Towers of the Nameless City. When the towers have fallen, the final boss will take the form of various challenges that have to be defeated in a certain way.
Interesting.
Not super specific where it's like you can only use this one deck, but in a sense that it's kind of, you'd have that achievement unlocked moment where you had to do something a little bit off the beaten path to get credit for the win. Escalation wants to go first. Snap keep.
This I don't mind at all either.
Alright, so I'm going to throw that down and I'm going to seek some adventure. Give them all the spoilers, your poor brain can't handle it.
Aha. This might actually be very bad for me, but whatever.
Alright, what did... Alright, this is a... This hand has the potential to be just stupid. Let's throw down the Thunderfield Seer first. The Thunderfield Seer. Next action in our deck gets to draw a card on it. And then we're going to throw down a Howling Brave as well for another wild resource, and it can be used as ramp.
Yes. Terrifying.
This deck needs a little bit of time to build, and I keep tinkering with it because I think early game survivability is its biggest problem right now. Most people who have challenged it absolutely pounded into the dirt before I've had the opportunity to have my fun with it and get things set up.
Yeah, so, I tend to build decks that do kind of similar things. They require some build up and time to go off, and so I feel your pain there.
Yeah. So I was just
gonna do a fun thing.
I was just showing chat what I drew. That seems acceptable. But what if we made it dumber? and do that.
Oh. Oh.
And then we use Howling Brave's ability to gain us a temporary resource, and we play another one.
Oh no.
See where I'm going with this?
I do. This is awesome. This is going to get out of hand real quick.
That is the hope. Alright. So, I'm going to let you hit.
Ooh.
I still want... Okay. Okay. Okay.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, Hacky knows what's going on. Alright, Heart of the Fire. Alright. Alright. I'm just gonna... I don't think... Once I get to 2, I don't think the thresholds matter one way or another.
Yeah, you still have Uzu.
I do have Uzu, and Uzu's here for a reason.
I believe it. That's what I'm trying to work out here.
I think I just shipped these. They're gonna hit. And now I can, thanks to that, I can Bounty of the Magus to draw 3 cards.
Whew.
And it hit the prophecy trigger off of the howling off of the Thunderfield Seer for a courtesy 4th card.
Nice.
Now I can hit Howling Brave for an extra resource. And how'd you like to see a 3rd Zip Zapper?
Oh, that's so painful.
Here, and yeah. The escalation into the escalation into the escalation.
All right. Let's get a card that's useful.
I'm afraid there's going to be some kind of wombo combo that's going to like shatter my dreams.
There might be.
Okay, 2 Heart of the Fires is a little disconcerting. Fireball for 3, 6. Yeah, if you've got enough burn in hand, you could probably just kill me right now. 10. Alright, you gonna do it? You gonna do it? Ruin the dreams. Yep, you got there. So I had, in hand, I had a Cyclone Shaper to make actions cost less.
Oh, nice.
I had Ruthless Ripping, which was escalated to the point where target troop you control gets +12/+12 this turn.
Mm-hmm.
I have Uzu because I have 2 Portalscapes in hand, which require Ruby.
Okay.
Those were going to make 3 rare portals apiece. And then I have another Bounty of the Magus that was escalated to draw 4 cards. And then I have 2 resources. So you did ruin the dream, but the setup was there to go full ham and do a billion things a turn.
Yeah, no, that was a pretty sweet deck. Time to play a couple more if you like. You said you had 3 of them set up?
I do have 3 of them. So the second one is a Janklander deck. 150 card deck. There are 4 copies of Jankbot, but everything else is a one of.
Excellent. It's my kind of deck.
So we'll see how that fares against the I'm gonna burn you to the ground combo.
Yeah, no, this one is it was a kind of deck that was never like super duper competitive, but it had some crazy draws when it goes off. I do like the whole wombo combo feel.
All right, it's Benvolio on Benvolio. Oh man. So there's some awesome things in this hand, but no early game setup. All right, right, this is automatically better for a couple of reasons. We have
Blood Leo. Interesting.
we have our saber-tooth sleeves that you can win from the bash.
Yes.
I'm such,
Very nice.
as the professional Hex TCG player that I am, I have all of the Clash and Bash awards, and I got them all from door prizing.
Nice.
Because real professionals have RNGesus on their side. All right, so I'm going to throw down Exarch of the Egg so I have some kind of stop here. I would appreciate a couple shards. That'd be A-okay if we can get to 4.
Choices.
Alright, Cerebral Fulmination. At the start of each champion's turn, they draw a card. That may actually help me. I know what your deck is trying to do. That's probably going to help you more.
It's the thing about Cerebral Fulmination. Like, it's always a card that I really wanted to work around and get to work. It's just a lot of times it ends up helping the opponent more than it does you. But card draw is so important that we're having a couple of these in here anyway.
All right. So I'm gonna take my courtesy point of damage. Take my little pings where I can. Call it a day. This was what we hit off the Cerebral Fulmination. Alright, Incantation of Fury. I forget what that does too. When you're dealt damage, add an incantation to this. When there's 5 or more, you get Inferno Elementals, which are 6/3 with speed. That's a little bit gross.
Yep, they can do some pretty sweet things in the right combination.
Okay, I didn't want to see that, but you're going to give me a couple cards. That's acceptable. I guess I have the good fortune to introduce you to our Lord and Savior, Sir Jank of the Bots.
That's ugly.
And I'm gonna hold back the Exarch because I think I'm over letting you draw cards now. I just needed you to help me get to 4, and you've been very accommodating because I had a 2-shard hand and wasn't drawing them except for the ones you gave me. All right, so I'm gonna take a fireball. So you're gonna ruin the jank.
I am. I'm gonna ruin the jank.
You're gonna ruin the jank. I'm sad.
Can't swing in though. Not that stupid Exarch.
All right, so I've got a second blood throat. So what if I told you that in a 150 card deck,
You have 2 of them.
I had 2 jank bots in the top 14 cards.
Oh no! All right, okay. What are next steps here?
Can you double slap me again?
Maybe. We'll find out.
Ooh, playing Go Fish with Benvolio, draw a card. If it's non-resource, it has to be played this turn, or it's going to go bye-bye.
Yes.
All right, and it's that's a Heart of Fire. That was not what was drawn, or I think it would have had the text on it.
Kind of nervous about what you're gonna get.
I don't think shard order matters. Okay. So we're gonna say the original jank bot served its duties, and we're just gonna go ahead and get rid of that anarchist.
No.
So you can't even think about blocking Sir Jank. And we get a Deathmask
Unblockable.
Assailant, a Nefarious Corruptor, and a Ruby Shard.
Nice.
You know what? I'm actually not going to activate your power because I like.
So you don't want to sacrifice Jankbot?
I don't want to sacrifice Jankbot. I don't want to sacrifice Exarch of the Egg either as a lethal check. And so now we're going to deal you some nice combat damage, and then since I have these 6 extra resources just floating around bugging me, I think a Promiscuous Succubus and a Crafty Scrap Shot should come out and play.
Oh no. Yeah, this is looking like the beginning of the end here.
Oh, I even got one of my spiders.
Nice.
Everything's coming up Thrawn on this one.
Let's see.
You do have a Heart of the Fire. I'm no longer terribly scared of your incantations of fury. I got blockers.
You do. Lots of blockers. I'm trying to calculate all the damage here. I'm not sure I can make a difference.
Okay. That's 1 troop off the board. Tomaga Thericon, what you're watching is our glorious Hex community manager, Dinotropia, throwing down against a selection of decks from the current Dungeon Masters of Entrath dungeon. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and draw a card. And I'll play that shard, I guess, is what I got from it. And that's 5. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and try to do the combo to make Jankbot unblockable. Not that you're exactly a deck for troops.
There's a bunch of blockers.
But just the idea that I have this giant jank thing that, despite its grand size, nothing can stand in front of it. Alright, so I'm going to be a little bit conservative here just because elementals are a thing.
Ooh, Reap.
Reap. Alright, Reap is a rip. Lesgar's Bloodsworn and Naive Lackey. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and rip the Spiderling.
Makes sense.
I would have preferred to rip the Lackey, but they didn't trigger in that order. Could have just killed it, draw another card.
Alright, so I need some very specific cards if I'm going to survive this.
Okay, and I don't think things actually matter at this point in terms of what I play, but I'm going to get I need to get Vampire Prince down to have a shot at some life gains so you can't wombo combo. Although I guess that doesn't actually matter. By the time it could swing, you're dead. So let's just throw down the Eternal Architect too.
Oh boy. Alright. So, wombo combo, yes or no? That's the question.
Yeah, I think chat's pointing out that I may have had a way to kill you, and I just blew my resources, so I can't do it now. That into that.
Ah.
No, I only have 1 sack trigger. No, I don't. I have multiple. Yep. There was a way I could have killed you. I didn't see it. But now if I live, I'm going to do it that way just to show you what it was. I see the line now.
Nope.
Can you deal 21 damage in 1 turn?
Not with the cards I have in hand.
Okay. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to swing with the jank bot because that won't kill you, and I want to see what we hit.
Okay.
So we're just going to go jank bot into a ruby shard, into a shard, into an ember tongue scarn. Okay, that's not exactly exciting, but that's what happens when your deck is 40% resources and you're running 150 cards. You're going to get those.
Well, it's important to have that high resource distribution, otherwise you're going to be very sad in your opening hands.
Okay, so the combo that I missed was using the Lasgar's Bloodsworn to sacrifice the Promiscuous Succubus to give something to Deathcry.
Okay.
To make a Carnal Demon.
Mm-hmm.
And now I use Lasgar's Bloodsworn again to sacrifice that Naive Lackey to get my Carnal Demon.
Mm-hmm.
And then I play Boulder Toss to smash you in the face for 6 damage.
Ah, nice. Well played.
That was the line I missed last turn, but good games.
Yeah, likewise. Did you want to do that last one just to close out the 3?
Yeah, I can do that. So this is, I'm not sure how modern this deck is because I've called it old random.
Okay.
I think this deck is primarily random crazy shenanigans before the Merry Caravan was a thing. And I think I might have given it a few minor updates with Merry Caravan's random technologies, but it's not a Merry Caravan deck.
Okay.
But it does want to act in the spirit of the Merry Caravan. Yeah, old random.
Excellent. Those are a fun tribe for sure.
There is a clip of me, I think it's a clip on my personal channel, of me playing this deck last week, where I played a what's the one cost that Pile of Nuts.
Mm-hmm.
I created a Pile of Nuts and paid 4 to turn it into the Squirrel, which I think has a base cost of 6.
Yes, and then you Caliband it.
And then I Caliband it into the Kraken and it died.
Oh no!
So I'm like, hey everybody, this play's gonna be awesome. This is how you play Pile of Nuts like a professional. I'm like talking up this play like I'm so good. Look at what's about to happen. Immediately get wrecked.
Oh no! So tragic.
This is one shard away from excellence. So we'll give it a shot. I almost made a terrible misplay forgetting how the wells work and that you need a threshold before you play them.
Yeah, that's pretty important.
Or you just have to bury your head in shame. Alright, show me a shard. That's not a shard. It is, however, I think a thing I can play. Yeah, pay 2.
Oh, hey, tunneling.
You remember tunneling?
Yeah, that's a fun mechanic.
It'd be fun to see that come back sometime. Be kind of, I don't know how you make that work with what's going on in the Frost Ring. It doesn't feel thematic right now.
That's the thing about TCGs. You give it a little while, and you can circle back around to different parts of the world or different storylines that need telling. A lot of fun stuff there.
All right, that wasn't a shard either. Neither was that. All right, I'm a little sad now. But you can stare at my Might Singer of Ages.
It's not something I'm particularly happy about.
Roy G says it's always Reese and Monsoon when it's tunneled.
Ah, yes, the good old Reesoon.
It's Schrodinger's tunneler. It's not a Reese until it is a Reese. Until you've seen it. I'm going to let that hit because I desperately need to find a shard here. That wasn't a shard. And that wasn't a shard.
Oh no, you have 2 of them.
I do, but you're a little bit safe from the threshold requirement.
True. And drawing is going to punish you quite a bit.
Oh, yep, the Mind Pyre. I have to eat one every time I draw a card. Lixil sold parts of the Frost Heart to the dwarves, which they used for fuel for tunneling robots. Good work. No! Oh, and you went for face damage. Okay, that actually makes sense. No! That's so bad. All right. So on a scale of 1 to dead, I think I'm about 7 to 8 feet underground right now. That's not a shard.
Mind Pyre has some pretty great combinations with Incantation of Fury, because you just need it to trigger once, and then you can go ham.
That's not a shard. So I had 2 shards in the top 25% of my deck.
That's pretty rough. That's pretty rough.
Since I'm super dead, I can confirm this is a Reese underground. Because it says at the start of your turn, somebody work under bot. However, it gets, when it comes out of tunneling, create a random robot instead. So there's some random shenanigans. I have 2 Holidays Whim in hand, so that's a recent upgrade.
Nice.
Because what I like to try to do with this deck when I have more time is put charges on the Storm Cloud, get a bunch of charges, break it into a bunch of different things, and then either hit those with Holiday's Whim or Polymorphic Army. Storm Cloud gave me a lot of little things that I can turn into a bunch of bigger things. I have Unleash the Beast in hand because that generates a random troop. I have Prestidigitators to give me a random resource or a random action when they come into play, and then Cyclone Shapers make those actions cheaper. So that's kind of the older way of fishing out some random things, and you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
But it can't deal with the Mind Pyre, draw all the cards, speed troop. You hit the nuts on this one.
Yeah, there's actually a pretty crazy combo kill, which I was hoping to eventually get, which didn't quite happen. But there are a couple of interesting synergies in this particular deck. The Mind Pyre Infernos are one of them.
Yeah, I like that version. I have a Heart of the Fire deck in the dungeon, but it has like 0 troops or almost no troops, and it's all in about trying to set up a wombo combo for damage, where yours is better positioned for some alternate win cons, through troops and stuff.
Yeah,
it's not all glass cannon. Either this combo has to work or I'm doomed.
I think I put those in there because it's actually a constant stack, though it might not seem like it at first blush. It's a constant burn deck, but because it's so combo based, it requires an awful lot of draw. And at the time when I was building the deck, Ruby didn't actually have all that many draw options. This deck actually runs Impulse, though I never actually played one while we were matched, because the draw is just so essential. So that's one of the main reasons why those guys are in there. Just that added draw is useful. And with those Mind Pyres out there, it's actually extra damage for your opponent in the right circumstance. So,
good times.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was fun. So I want to thank you again for hanging out with me, engaging in some casual shenanigans. I know you're an extremely busy guy, but Dungeon Master versus Keep Master, that would be a fun experience for the both of us and for chat, just to see some casual hex, of the type that you're not going to see if you're watching Bash coverage on the weekend or watching any of our regular constructed streamers, doing their thing. So
absolutely
appreciate you hanging out.
It was a pleasure. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, any final words you want to say to the Hex community and chat before I let you go?
Just, it's great to see you guys again. Great to be behind the camera again, and I couldn't be more pleased that the spirit of what I did when I was streaming is in good hands. So thank you all for being here.
Thank you. All right, I'm going to hang up here and let you get on with your night because I know you're busy. Thank you again,
All right.
and take care.
Cheers.
So that was super fun. I'm glad we got to do that. I hope you all enjoyed that as much as I did. That was sweet. Now you'll have to bear with me because the needs of making sure that I had Skype up and running to be able to do that is I don't have some of my other things open that I normally have on stream. So I need to do a small amount of reset just to make sure I've got all the normal stuff in place. And then we'll start doing the normal challenges of the evening. That's the dungeon map. That's not what I wanted to bring up. So I'm going to bring up the normal information here. You can see on screen the rules for the various towers of the dungeon, what floor we have progressed to, and how many times Raptos has died. If you have any questions on any of the rules for the towers, please do let me know, and I'd be happy to answer those for you as best I can. Okay, I hear that through my headset. We're going to turn down the desktop audio because it doesn't need to be that loud. Alright, so just editing some settings. Now that we don't have a chat going on with Dino, I can have a little bit of music running. I didn't want to risk it like muddying our no, Joe, there weren't any news or announcements. It was just kind of a casual hang up between us. Okay, so exclamation point. Let me test that to make sure that actually works now. Minimize Skype. The winner is TwitchCon 2017. Oh, is this being a poop again? Alright. Close this. Reopen this. It might not be working, guys. Keep doing it, though, because I want to test this. It says, welcome to the chat room. If I hit test here, the Hex chat doesn't show up. So, what do I need to do? Twitch giveaways is enabled. So why are you not properly working? Yeah, because I'm in Hex TCG's chat. I click the Open Twitch Giveaways, and so it opens that pop-out. But then, and it opens the chat, but nothing anybody is saying in chat right now is going into the chat pop-out. And what I do see in chat, for whatever channel I got into, I can assure you, is not what the Hex TCG chat is. This is a dark corner of the internet that I wish I had not seen. But this chat is very definitely not the Hex TCG chat. Settings. Past winners. Giveaway. You have to initiate a giveaway. Let's try this here. Keyword. Challenger. Roll. There's none to roll from. And it says there's nobody in the... Oh, what the heck. I don't like it when it decides to be difficult like this and not properly work. Do I have a way to reboot this? Yeah, I went 2-1 in my dungeon. I went 3-0 versus his. So Dungeon Master came out ahead tonight. But let me. All right, so because Twitch giveaway is being a piece of junk, I may have to do an alternative method of trying to get people in for dungeon challenges. Huzzah for the DM! Indeed. Okay. So I'm gonna have to do this a really dumb way. And that is, yeah, basically I'm going to have to do random rolls. And I'm going to have to assign everybody a number. So what I'm going to do here is if you want to challenge the dungeon, type in chat, I want to challenge the dungeon. So just if you want to challenge the dungeon, type in chat, I want to challenge the dungeon. And I am going to write down your people's names. Meowmaster, Gibblemung, B. Warner, 34. Yeah, I have to challenge myself, right? Stigma Buster. Alright, and get some of the song info here. Hex Ducklet is going to be in here. That's 6. Oh, I do have... Okay. Yep, Gibblemung, I got you. Yep, the different towers and their rules for each should be on screen here, that banner along the bottom. Okay. So, I've got 6 names here. 1, 2, 3. Actually, no, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have Neomaster, Gibblemung, B. Warner, Stigma Buster, and Ducklet. I've got the 5. I've got the 5 of you. Unless I missed somebody who said they wanted to challenge the dungeon. So what I'm going to do, and I'm going to need to take I'm going to need to take a short break before we actually start your dungeon runs because I've been live for an hour and a half now, and I need to make a quick bathroom run. But I will roll for things here first. 2, 3, 4, 5. And gonna have a 6th spot open, and we're gonna do this extremely old school. This is gonna be ghetto as heck, but let me take my camera and make sure that I can pan. I can do this pan. Yeah, so we're gonna take the camera, and I think you can read my awful handwriting. There's everyone's names. Neomaster, Gibblemung, B. Warner, Stigma Buster, Hex Ducklet. You're numbered 1 through 5. This is a 6-sided die. I'm going to roll it, and whoever wins the roll is going to be our next challenger. If it's a 6, because I don't have a 6th, we're going to re-roll. So this is our extremely ghetto way of doing this because I don't have Twitch giveaways working properly. All right, and the number was 4. 4 was Stigma Buster. So Stigma Buster, you are going to be our first challenger of the night. I am going to take a quick couple-minute break. And when I am back, we shall start your run. So bear with me just a moment. I'll be back in about 2 to 3 minutes. All right, let me get Hex back on screen. Get this open here. Yeah, I'm not the only one who's had issues. I see some random other person here in the Twitch giveaways. Yeah, so we're just going to drop that and get everything repositioned here. Get myself repositioned. And it's viewer challenge time. Regular old classic Dungeon Masters of Entrath action. Our first challenger of the evening is going to be Stigma Buster, aka Raptos. Raptos wants to play the regular gold tower. I need to actually get good old random number generator going because I did not pre-make a list of decks for tonight. So let's generate between 1 and 14. We have 11, which was the escalation deck we saw earlier. We have 5. And we have 8. So until a floor is cleared on the gold tower, the decks will be numbers 11, 5, and 8. I will keep using those same decks so that you have a chance to see what is going on with Mountain. And before it is too late, I'm going to take down the infographic stuff here, so that we are not blocking the screen. How are you doing, Coach? Hope things are going well for you this evening. Raptor says the 61 card special with Grr Clamp Claw. I can't talk anymore. Target troop gets Gladiator 1. Alright, I'm gonna keep this. This hand is pretty decent. It doesn't have a bajillion zip zappers in it, but it can still do things. Okay. Yeah, if anybody is an admin, let me and can run some stuff, let me know. Because for some reason I'm just having the issues with it, and I do not have a good way to fairly give away Evo codes without using Twitch giveaways. Because I know everybody who's watching would like to have a shot at that, and I'm not sure of a good way to fairly do it without using the Twitch giveaways extension. Which means I may have to double down on the number of Evo codes I give away on the next Dungeon Masters of Entrath stream, assuming it's working correctly. So I'm going to throw down another Thunderfield Seer to stack some card drawn, whatever that next action is. And you know, I'm just going to go ahead and Holidays win this into a 2-drop. William Rowan, except there's no Rowan in deck. So it's just a 3-2. But that's still an upgrade over a 1-1. Poor Willie Rowan's going to be searching forever for the Rowan that does not exist in the deck. Alright, Raptos throwing out Crafty Scrap Shot and giving it another shot of Gladiator. So when it swings in, it is a Swift Striker with 4 attack. On the defensive side, it's a 1-5. Okay. I think I want Cyclone Shaper here. To make these cost 2. Because then there's the potential, if I get a Wild Shard, that I could Bounty of the Magus and Crash of Beasts on the same turn. Or I could just Bounty for cards and Zip Zapper. That might be the better line. Ready to rumble. So those two are going to trade, and I no longer have the cost reduction, which is a bummer. Lanupaw's Sight. The next action, troop, and resource in the deck, and when you play this, draw a card, and we get to draw 2 cards. Deal. And the Holidays Whim also has when you play this, draw a card on it. Unfortunately, no resources were found. Will swing in for 4. Tribunal Magistrate is raiding with a party of 8. What is up, citizens of the Spider's Cave? Captain Jack, Twitch giveaways are broken for me right now, but I will put you down in my manual tracking here. I've been physically had to write down the names of the people who want to challenge, and then I have been doing dice rolls for who gets in. So really old school. Okay, that can't block. That's fine. Earlier tonight, for the first hour of the stream, we had Dinotropia on, and it was Keep Master versus Dungeon Master. So good times were had there. If you missed it, it will be available, of course, as the VOD after the stream is done. I also have been recording this stream, and I'm going to make sure that that gets uploaded to YouTube as well. So you will have a chance to catch all that action later. Right now, I think I'm gonna swing with William Rowan and take that 3 points of damage. I'm gonna Zip Zap You keep forgetting Swift Strike doesn't work. Oh, yeah, he thought the Swift Strike would keep it alive when it doesn't. Corellia is still a hack. Now I want, I think, the Howling Brave there. And I'm gonna... No, I don't have to do that yet. Alright, so the Runic Rampage gave... target troop you control gets Gladiator. So piling on the Gladiator, and has some escalation there as well. So that is now a 5-1. I'm going to escalate that into a 3-drop so it becomes a 3-2. I think we'll go full ham here and swing with these because that's a 1-5, so it can block something and it would survive, but it's not gonna kill. And I'm gonna throw down another Zip Zap. And I'm gonna go ahead and Bounty now to draw a couple cards. The challenge queue is... Give me a second and I can tell you. Stigma Buster is now out. So ignoring Stigma Buster's challenge, Stigma Buster gives it up. If you want in, you would be number 6. Well, you'd actually be number 4. You would take Stigma Buster's number 4, but there would be 6 total people that I'm rolling from. The Escalation deck managed to do the dirty deed, and it posts up a win, and Raptos has died 7 times. Raptos's death counts when the real-life Stigma Buster dies, or his boss deck in the dungeon dies. Alright. Tribunal Magistrate wants in on the dice rolls. So, TM. Okay. So... Again, my extremely ghetto tracking. The floor number, King of the Void, represents how many floors people have cleared and how high you are. There are 50 floors in the dungeon in total, so that's kind of an index as to where you're standing. But you can battle any of the 5 towers. So let's roll here. And look at that. It's a 4 again. I swear the dice aren't loaded. 4 was Stigma Buster's number. It is now Tribunal Magistrate's number, who came in to fill out the 6 slot. So Tribunal Magistrate, you are going to be our next challenger. Yep, the stuff below the towers is the rules. And King of the Void, I'm also going to drop a link here to the thread about this dungeon in the official forums so that you can kind of read through it at your own pace. Although chat is probably going to be very helpful in explaining things too, because we've been doing this for several weeks now, probably a couple months. And therefore, they kind of know what's going on. TM, Tribunal Magistrate, he fights himself. He wants to... challenge the dungeon that is my attempt at parodying the epicness that is Tribunal Magistrate. Let me see how many decks I have for that. Load deck. Prismatic. Silver, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6. I have 7 decks for that right now. Alright, so I need to roll 3 random numbers between 1 and 7. And this is going to stay the order of that dungeon if anybody else wants to challenge it tonight. It's going to be 7. Then it's going to be 4. And then it's going to be 3. Okay. Alright, so let me... Pandemica, I'm not sure if you're on my friends list. Yes, you are. I was going to say, if not, you should be. Send the challenge. Immortal. And we are starting with Prismatic Silver number 7. Spiders. And I'm going to get the overlays off the screen here so that we have uninterrupted hex action. Tribunal Magistrate, who's patiently been waiting and wanted to fight himself for a couple weeks, finally has the opportunity. Goliath, a new challenger awaits. And Goliath is going to take the new be the new number 4 on my 6-sided die of challengers. Alright, so this is a 2-shard hand that contains no sapphire. Alright, this hand has upshot, so we're going to keep this, and it's going to be Pandemica playing spiders versus Thrawn playing spiders. Pandemica playing a rare resource, which is fine. In the silver ranks, no rares are allowed except for rare resources. I allowed those primarily with the aim of, since games are best of 1, trying to help mitigate a little bit of threshold screw possibility by giving people access to the wells. But I did not specify that it only had to be the wells, so that door is open for other kinds of action using their rare resources. And so far I haven't seen anybody do anything that makes me think I want to narrow it down to saying it's just the wells. So right now it's still fine to use any and all rare resources, even if the rest of your deck can only be common and uncommon only. So we're going to start with the Skittering Cultivator here. Swings in as a 1/4 and it has some diligence. Summon 2 Dreadlings. We lost a Priest of the Sacred Web, a Shard, and a Cruel Venom Blade. Priest is a loss, because that would have helped, flood the deck with some Spiderling eggs. The wells are not available in the Time Tower, though. I should clarify it. The cards have to be of that block. So you can use the wells in the shard in the sets they were printed in, in that block, but that would be it. I'm gonna throw down the Azurfang Hierarch. Yep. See, yeah, you have to use the uncommon split shards as your fixing solution for those early sets. It's like you can't use ices either. Yep, wells would be in set 3 and 4. Pandemica Rot Casting to kill my dreams. Killing my dreams and putting some eggs in the deck, which Pandemica's build looks like wants to mill out. It took away 2 resources and an Eggblight Afflictor. Alright, so this is... Pandemica's build looks like a newer take. I probably should have gotten rid of Siphon Strength because I don't have the threshold base to actually play that. That was kind of a mistake. Yeah, so I'm going to Fate Weave to put a resource on top. And I'm going to Azurfang Decree here. This is the Prismatic Silver Tower. So it's singleton. You can only have 1 copy of a card per deck. right now, and it's immortal and common and uncommon only. So I got rid of his Azurfang Decree. Hits Vilefang Eremite, though. Alright, so this feels sad, but I need to use this Zinzith Silk for that second blood threshold. And I'm going to go ahead and swing here. Alright, I don't think I'm going to use the Siphon Strength yet, because that telegraphs it for the future. Lost Eggblight Stalker, Hatchery Malvoker. A Tomb Swap would have been nice to get things back. Ooh. Sorry, it's been a long day. I'm already in yawny mode. And lost Void Star's Gaze. Alright, we're trading points of damage. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and eat that and make mine a 3-2. And throw some more spiders in the deck. Try to hit you for 3 so that I have a slight advantage in our damage race. The person who hits their spiders first is going to be the winner on this one. Oh no! Hatchery Malvoker's good. Or Skittering Cultivator, sorry. 1-4. Alternate Art, Consult the Talon. Drawing 3 cards. Hits one of my spiders. But this is where doing the Siphon Strength is kind of bad, because 3 damage isn't getting through that. So I can't swing with this anymore. Alright, Web Spinner Prelate's nice. Spiders have Rage 1. And I managed to hit my train. Managed to hit a train, so now I'm going to go Rage Spider Ham. Pandemic getting some health back off of the Dreadling combo into Vilefang Eremite because they are considered spiders. Nameless Hunger. If one or more cards would be buried, bury that many +2 instead. Alright, was there a... Did I miss... Okay, I thought there was multiple in there. It was my own Malvoker, I think, that I lost, and that's what I recall seeing. All Dispooters. Alright. I think I already saw that you lost a cheap shot, so I'm going to go for this. Alright, here's one of the Dungeon Masters cards, because remember, the dungeon does have some limited access to rare and legendary cards. I'm not even sure that's necessary to play it, though. Because that's 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's a 2-turn clock. So I'm not gonna BM, I'm gonna hold Rizix. Because if Pandemica has, with 6 resources and 2 cards in hand, when it's necessary to wipe the current board state, he deserved to win. But the Rage Spider of Doom was too much. And Pandemica is out. Interesting that we both went into that with takes on the Spider shenanigans. Tribunal Magistrates was definitely a more modern take on it than what I'm running, and Did have some nice mill options in there to force out the spiders. Just unfortunately was not able to actually find them. Alright, so Goliathus is... Yeah, he didn't have himself in the deck. Goliathus is our new number 4. And I'm going to take the camera and we're going to do a dice roll again. Alright. Sorry, it's hard to get the die on camera. You'll just have to trust that I actually rolled it. Because this is a little $30 webcam. The number is 3. And the number 3 corresponds to B. Warner. Number 3, as you can see there in my extremely high-tech dungeon entry system, trademarked, copyright, patented. B. Warner, if you're still here, you are our next contestant on Dungeon Masters of Entrath tonight. Alright, and which tower? Hey, original concept, do not steal. Must link back to me if using the tech. Silver Tower tonight. Okay, so then challenge when ready. Oops, I meant to say that in here, but you get the idea. I think I have enough that I can... $16, $11, $7 for silver. Alright, so we've had 3 challengers, and each one of them has gone after a different tower. Alright, so silver 16. I really need to get off my lazy butt and go back and give myself a name to jog my memory about what the deck even is and not just the number. Okay, we'll go first. Okay, this is the deck of mirrors. I'm going to keep this hand. So this deck is all about trying to mirror what's going on. We have a Locket of Reflection, so we have a lot of things in here that want to make more things. I'm going to seek some adventure here because I have another Fate Weave. Ducklet has a rare singleton deck, so that'd be Prismatic Gold. So you are ready for that tower. I don't think that one has been challenged hardly at all. Replicator's Gambit. I think I'm going to slow roll this a little bit. I'm going to Fate Weave for another resource to try to guarantee that I'm good to 4. And then I'm going to just play the Thunderfield Seer here to put something on, put some card draw on another thing. Alright, so the Righteous Paladin is good for mystery. Every time health is gained, it's going to get bigger. Alright, so Locket of Reflection costs 4. I'm going to hold the Replicator's Gambit. And I think I'm just going to kind of relax with how things are right now. I need to slow roll this, and I feel like I'm going to take a beating trying to set things up how I want to, but I'm still gonna do it. Because I'd like to get Locket of Reflection down and then Zodiac Crowfeather. But holy crap, those Righteous Paladins are growing fast. And I don't think I can sacrifice a third of my health already. So the Crow Feather will get inspired, and now I'm going to turn the Mirror Knight into another Crow Feather. I can't afford to swing here. I think that really early build in the 2 Paladins probably just wrecks me. Okay, and the Decree of Banishing, also taking a troop off the board, also is very bad. Alright. Left me the one that gets to draw a card when it dies. Silver Lining. Hit Lanopaw's Sight, which doesn't do anything on its own. It does give 2 card draw though, so we have to do it. And a Locket of Reflection. Alright, so that early health gain power is just going to wreck here. And if that's not lethal, it's going to be... That's exactly lethal. So Mystery is going to move on to the next deck, which is going to be number 11. So we will wait for Mystery to send a challenge, and it's going to be round 2. For winning round 1, Mystery has guaranteed themselves 3,000 gold, regardless of how the rest of this run goes. But to win the next challenge, they would replace that 3,000 gold with 1 roll off of the Wheel of Prizes. A lot of nice things in the Wheel of Prizes. Booster packs, alternate art cards, PvE mercenaries. This hand is keepable. We have a Flickering Gobbler and a couple different actions. Stifling Sting is in here as a boss card. Deal 3 damage to target opposing champion or troop. And if you damage opposing champion that way, you can also interrupt a card. So it's a way to hit them in the face and basically stop something that they want to do. Play Shard Go. And Adamanthian Scrivener's there to set up the health gain combo action. Vesper's there to profit off of Constance. And I'm going to throw it on the Basher. And we have a Consult the Talon. This is not the sexy AA version that Pandemica was rolling with. I still need to do some work on the ladder. I got all the way up to Plat 2, like the first week of the season, and I haven't touched Constructed since, which is kind of sad. And that's entirely on me for just kind of getting distracted and playing other stuff for a while. But we still have almost an entire month left in the season, so I have time. Mystery really wants to gain health. I'm going to throw some Swamp Gas in the deck. I think I'm going to use Buccaneer just to try to slow down that aggro. because they're... Okay, Vesper's back, gain 2 health. Any constants to make it bigger? No. Alright, so now I think we Flickering Gobbler. Crackling Bolt that pre-combat. And swing with everything. I gotta try to stay be aggressive against a deck that really wants to gain all the health in the world. And there's some combo shenanigans. When you gain health, each opposing champion loses 1 health. So gain a health, gain a health, gain a health, lose, lose, lose. That card is extremely problematic. Make sure I'm doing this right. I think I want some adventure here. Put more gases in the deck. Play Flickering Gobbler. Swing with Flickering Gobbler. Now I'm leaving myself a bit open here, but now I consult the Talon with those to draw some cards. And I don't lose the Gobbler. Gobbler comes back. Turn passes back over to Mystery. I was hoping to, you know, I would not mind Swamp Gas right now. Ping that, takes some of that life gain combo off of the board. Alright, Decree of Banishing is going to take away the Ember Tongue Skarn, so that can't keep getting bigger. That's not the biggest loss that we could have endured. And we have another one right here anyway. Alright, so I think the best play is Flickering Gobbler to hit for 5. And for the action to keep it alive, Lanupaw's Sight to help find more cards. Oh man, a second pellet into the Necropolis. That's all looking real bad. Could even swing in with that, and is going to because I don't have the power to kill it. So I end up taking 2 damage anyway because of the health gain and those two's abilities stacking. Alright, but now I have a Swamp Gas, so I can take out one of those. Draw a card. I can play a Ruby Shard that gets another card. Yep, so had to get rid of one of them. Let me see here. Akrazia, the challenge is not working tonight due to Twitch giveaways, but I will put you in the number 3 slot, replacing B. Warner here. And I have been doing manual dice rolls because we're super ghetto. Alright, so now Flickering Gobbler. I played a gas, so the Gobbler is fine for the turn. I think I missequenced that a little bit because Ember Tongue Skarn could have gotten a buff. Yeah, I'm going to Gobbler while the gobbling's good. I'm going to Thunderfield Elder, so the next action in the deck will have, when you play this, copy it. And then I'm going to throw down an Ember Tongue Skarn as another blocking body. Down to 7 Mystery at 10. Do have the ability to kill off one of those now, so there's not going to be a swing. Alright, got Swamp Gas. And that's what got when you play this copy it. To go ahead and hit Papa Goot in the... Oh, I screwed that up. I could have... Stifling Sting deals 3. I could have hit that and then... hit it and then... like Crackling Bolt or Stifling Stinged it. I mis-sequenced that. Alright, so there... But I don't think it matters because... let's see if this hits. That's going to be 7. Crackling Bolt finishes it. Did not need the Stifling Stings in the rare slot. So Mystery falls down. Round 2 versus Swamp Butt. But does win 3,000 gold. I need to rewrite that. Mystery equals 3k gold. Sitting on 2 paladins the whole game and couldn't get the second diamond. Oh, that would have been so bad. I would have been wrecked so hard. Well, good games and congrats on walking away with 3,000 gold. So you'll be able to enter a fight night on me or spin a few chests. Not bad for a little bit of casual action. And so now we got about 45 minutes left, which is enough time for 1, maybe 2 challengers. We'll see how that goes. Now I've got 6 people who have spoken up and said they want in, which is conveniently the same number of sides to a tiny little 6-sided die. So I will roll again, and the number that comes up will be who goes. Akrazia is now the number 3 slot, which had been occupied by B. Warner, aka Mystery, before Mystery won the slot to play. Let me do Ghetto Cam one more time. Here's our piece of paper, here's the die. I gotta look at my computer screen while I'm aiming this. And it's very unlikely you're gonna see the roll actually cross the paper, but where is it? It is number 1. It is 1. And that number 1 is Neomaster. So Neomaster, you are the next challenger on Dungeon Masters of Entrath. If you are still here, let me know. And let me know which tower you wish to challenge. We'll throw up the infographic with all of that again. Oops, Raptus has died 7 times. So you have the straight up immortal, common and uncommon only in the silver tower. You have rare, and rares are okay, but legendaries are not in the gold tower. In silver and gold, they are currently singleton, so only 1 copy of a card. Silver, again, no rares. Gold, you can have rares. And the time tower is block constructed. Is Neomaster here? Gonna give Neomaster a minute here to respond, but if we don't hear back from Neomaster, I will re-roll. Yep, Neomaster's here. All right. So I just need you to confirm for me your in-game name and which tower you wish to challenge, and then we will do it up. Episode 55 of Dungeon Masters of Entrath. It's the same. Okay. Silver Lord's Bagman. Okay, so you will start with 16 and we'll go 11, 17. It's going to be the same order we just saw until it gets cleared. What did I just turn off? Oh, that's fine. I thought for a second I turned off my cam. I was like, I'm going to need to fix that. So let's whisper Meow Master to challenge when ready. Okay, Meow Master wasted no time. We need to get 16. And let me see. I need to roll for Rapdos too. Okay, that's an 18. Rapdos is not showing up in the next deck. Neomaster rolling Bishop Elijah. Conscript action that has done some work against this tower in the past. And I'm going to Fate Weave for a non-resource here. Even though it means I can't play Thunderfield Seer on turn 1. I already have 4 resources. I would really like to not draw another and start seeing some things that can be played here. Bishop Elijah for 4 resources. Put target troop with cost 2 or less from your crypt back into your hand. Some good old resurrection tech. Usually most used for things like Eager Lackey to give that a second life and hit another conscript troop. Alright, I don't know what my mouse is on. Alright, so I'm going to throw down the Cerulean Mirror Knight here. That inspires troops with Deathcry. Draw a card. Although it was a lot wordier before Deathcry was a thing, because this is a set 1 card. Deathcry was not yet a keyword for that effect at that point. I do like that they made the templating change to older cards, though, so that the older cards are more streamlined and not super wordy anymore. Neomaster is on 2. Is going to Winter's Grasp to void the Mirror Knight before I can have any Deathcry value out of it. Alright, so I'm going to throw down my alternate art Prestidigitator, 3/2, that's going to create a 1-drop action, or a 1-cost action. And it gives us Runebind. Transform target card on the chain or in play into a mysterious rune. That's a very nice hit. And we'll have to find a way to use that. Unfortunately, it's only a temporary response to anything conscripting. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do the Crow Feather here to turn a 3/2 into a 3/3 that flies. And then go ahead and swing over here. Pass the turn back over. Don't have the double threshold to play Vigilant Duskwing here. Unless we draw it. Unless we draw the access to it. Earth Mother Diligence, gain 1 permanent resource. Not bad as a 2/5. Because that can actually swing in and survive. Alright, so still don't have access to the double threshold for Vigilant Duskwing. I'm ahead on life, and I want to press that advantage, I think. So go ahead and swing for 3. Play Dreamsmoke Mystic just to see what's on top here. Okay, that's a resource. I want that to stay on top, so now I will go ahead and play the Thunderfield Seer too. Because I need that second access to that second source of Sapphire. I mean, I could Runebind that, but I don't want to. There's gonna be better targets for our Prestidigitator spawned Runebind. What is up, Havoc? How are you doing today? I'm sure for you it's probably what, late morning, midday. For me it is 9:22 p.m. in the evening. I guess when I said PM in the evening became redundant. Doing good. Got to almost 2:30 p.m. Yeah, you're a very good percentage of the day ahead of me. Just chilling, man. This is the 1 year anniversary celebration stream of Dungeon Masters of Entrath, and got to play some casual games of Hex with Dinotropia for about an hour earlier. So things are good. Cannot complain. Tomorrow, 3 amazing guests, 1 stream. Hex TCG party time. You got Corey, Roostosaur, and Lixel. That's a crazy party. And now I have to open that. I am not going to read that thread while I am streaming, but as soon as I am done streaming, I will take a look at that. Because that definitely sounds interesting and like something I would want to watch. Alright, I'm not sure why I'm letting you constantly conscript, but because I got a Runebind for something eventually. Let's see if I regret this immediately. No, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. The only thing that can take out is the Thunderfield Seer. Alright, so Parallel Realities is target troop control gets when this attacks, summon a copy of this, then revert it. So we have the ability to start making a nice army of Vigilant Duskwings. So this one no longer has that text, but now the new Vigilant Duskwing does, and so that power is going to keep on transferring down the line. Might not need to because that's lethal damage in the air. Yeah, you can always Runebind the troop if it gets too gross. Vigilant Duskwing. And Meowmaster unable to push through. Whoops. Dictionary.com. All right, B. Warner. In case that's a serious question, because with text I never honestly know. It's a this is the dictionary.com definition of vigilant. Adjective: keenly watchful to detect danger. No, not serious. Well, you're gonna get the answer anyway. Because as the English major, dictionary.com is in my constantly viewed list. Okay. So that was Neo Master. I do have time for another challenge. This will probably be the last challenge of the night. I'm going to skip this, though, because the random clapping drives me nuts. Are there any good songs in here that I'm familiar with that I really want to jump to? Nah, I'm just going to leave that. Alright, so if we roll a 1... I need to get my OBS back up. If we roll a 1, it's going to be a reroll. Unless I have anybody speak up right away to say that they want to challenge the dungeon. In which case they'll take Neo Master's spot on the die. Otherwise, number 2 is Gibblemung. 3 is Acrazia. 4 is Goliathus. 5 is Ducklet. And 6 is Captain Jack. And so for one last time, we'll go Ghetto Dice Cam. I'm going to just grab that. Point you at my notes page, which is getting more and more filled with ink. And I'm going to mix this up because I've been holding the camera in my right hand and rolling with my left. We're going to hold the camera with the left hand, roll with the right, and see if I can actually get a proper view of the roll here for you. There, you saw that it rotated. It's number 3. Number 3, coming in to fill in that slot for B. Warner is Acrazia. I'm not even pointing the camera in the right place. Acrazia is our next challenger of the evening on Dungeon Masters of Entrath. Ghetto rolls because Switch Giveaways is Broken Edition. Acrazia just said something in chat, so know you're here. Just need to verify your in-game name. And I didn't mean to hit that. Which of the towers do you wish to face? As our final challenger of the evening. Oops, which tower? I want to play the Rock Singleton Tower. Okay, so Prismatic Silver. Alright. Challenge 1 ready. And Prismatic Silver is 743 for the order. Gonna keep that the same. Hopefully you all have enjoyed the Dungeon Masters of Entrath action. I put a lot of time into getting these decks ready and trying to come up with fun challenges for everybody to play. It's been a blast to grow the show over the last year. Dungeon Masters of Entrath. So I'm going to copy the link here for you again, so you have this. There's a link to the official channel that outlines kind of what the show is all about. I stream on the official channel every Tuesday, and on the official channel, on my personal channel, I stream on Wednesdays. So you get this Hex action twice a week. I will be live on my personal channel tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Central to 10 p.m. or 7 to 10 p.m. Central, which is 5 to 8 Pacific. So basically the exact same time block as today, but tomorrow on my personal channel. running the exact same actions. It's going to be the exact same kind of decks, same potential prizes that you can win. One win will get you 3,000 gold. Prismatic silver, number 7. If you win 2 games in a row, then you get a spin off of the wheel of prizes, which can contain PvE mercenaries. It can contain booster packs, gold, lots of different things. And if you get 3 wins in a row, you get 2 spins on the wheel of prizes, and you would have a mark down as clearing one of the floors for these various towers. And that also gets your name on a leaderboard, so when the dungeon has been fully cleared, I keep track of who's cleared the most floors, and the people at the top of that leaderboard are going to be eligible for some special end-of-season prizes. And I'm going to take these down here. Need to hit the pillows with the face. Throw that stupid dragon is dead. He's coming after the time tower. Well, have a good night, Gibble Monk. Thanks for hanging out. Always glad to have you here. Do appreciate you checking in with me, too, to make sure I was still alive. It's nice to know y'all care, and I don't mean that in any kind of bad or sarcastic way, but it was a rough patch, so just the simple fact that people like you were checking in means a lot to me. So have a good night, and see you tomorrow. And I should have said this to prior challengers as well, but I'll remember to say good luck and have fun. And I'm going to keep this because there's a lot of viable options here. Kibblemong, you'll clean that tower yourself if you have to. Clearly you lost because he yep, that was my evil conspiracy plan, was that I was not going to wish you luck, so. But wouldn't I want to not wish luck to the last challenger of the night so that I can win quick and go to bed? I could have said terrible luck and I hope you flood, or I hope you screw, but Dungeon Master's not like that. Dungeon Masters, all love and casual hex games. No hate for anybody. Unless you've been mean to me and you deserve it. Alright, so Monsagi Deadeye is a 2-1 with a death cry. Target opposing troop gets -1/-1. I think that's a pretty solid 2-drop card because not only can it act as an attacker, but very often it acts as a removal too and can trade up with some things. So I'm going to throw down a Priest of the Sacred Web here. The Priest has sacrifice another troop to create 3 Spiderling eggs. So you kind of need to find a spider egg before it's any good. But you can sacrifice 1 spider to create 3 more, and it can feed a spider train. And everybody who stuck around this late to hang out, you all are the good people. We had a couple people earlier in the stream who I think were trying to troll me. And you all in chat, if you were here at the time, you handled that very well, and I appreciate that. Every time I post on my personal Facebook that I'm streaming, which I don't do very often, I only kind of do for the big special ones, I always seem to have 1 or 2 people who I thought were my friends show up to try to troll chat, and I think that may have happened tonight. I'm not 100% positive, but I want to thank you all for at least, taking what they were saying at face value and trying to be helpful in case they weren't actually trolling. Is there a music list for the music played on my stream? There is not. What can I do for you on that front, though? Like, I really felt like there were two people in chat, and they might have even been the same person on different accounts, who I had to check the viewer list before I said anything, because just to see they're not here anymore. I really think they were trying to personally troll me. And it's like, yeah, whatever. My line of work, I deal with worse every day. So you're going to have to try a lot harder than that to get under my skin. So destroying a blight bush is not terribly good. It just creates blight blossoms. I think I'm going to go with the egg blight stalker here for my 3. This is gemmed with flight so that I can fly in and start creating some spiderling eggs in the deck. Okay, so the question was, sorry I got sidetracked, is there a list of music on my stream? Basically what I did is, let's go to YouTube, see if I can find this playlist again. Royalty-free classical music. Okay.
Snap your W2.
Oh. So I'm going to link in chat the playlist. I basically copied that playlist into DeepBot and then hit the shuffle button to kind of randomize things so they're not in that exact playlist. I deleted some of the songs and then I've added some miscellaneous other royalty-free stuff that wasn't in this playlist, like in the Hall of the Mountain King, Flight of the Valkyries. I mean, the real classic stuff that most people, even if you don't know the name of it, when you hear it, you'd recognize it. And so now that has Death Christ summon a zombie too. So now really don't want to take that off the board. Alright, so I'm going to regret this if I find a second, if I need like a second sapphire in a hurry, but I'm going to choose spiderling eggs. And I'm going to swing to put in more spiderling eggs. Ready to rumble. Alright, you done made me do it. We're going to strangle that. Glad I could help. Yep, there's a lot of songs and options to choose from there. And I like that I can just basically set it to shuffle and forget about it. There's so much music in that playlist that I can do multiple streams without anything actually playing through for like a second time. Found a spider. What is up, EFOS? You are super late. Akrazi here is our final challenger of the night, and then I'm going to be signing off. But as soon as I sign off, you're not going to get to catch it live, but the VOD will be available if you want to watch the stream from the beginning. We had Dinotropia here for the first hour of the show tonight. Some casual Dungeon Master versus Keep Master action. I played the first keep he ever designed for his 4 Keeps challenge when he was a Hex streamer before becoming the community manager. And then he challenged me to the gold tower. Still haven't gotten to play Pandemica. Well, you would have a chance tomorrow. I am going to be streaming again from my personal channel tomorrow, twitch.tv/Thrawn Omega. So you can catch me there. And as an added bonus, if Twitch giveaways decides to actually work for me tomorrow, I will be giving away 2 Evo codes on my personal channel. Normally, I only do giveaways on the official channel for those codes, but since I physically have not been able to give them out tonight because of Twitch giveaways, and I like to give away 2 of those a week, if Twitch giveaways works tomorrow, then I will give away 2 on my channel just to stay on schedule. Alright, so my spiders now have Rage 1. Void up to 1 troop in your crypt. Summon a zombie. It gets the death cries of the voided troop. Ouch. So that is now a zombie that can summon 2 blade bushes, or blade blossoms, excuse me, and another zombie. So it's going to be a little bit of a race on if my flying puts eggs in deck and rage spider combo can outrace the death cry. That's where we're at. No swings. Alright, so Dark of Night is decent against something that doesn't have a death cry. Void Star is basic to destroy something. That in its current state is not a lot of damage coming in. I don't know that I want to use either piece of removal on those. I do want a Rage Spider in, though, and Eggblight Stalker for more Spiderling eggs. Hit a decent Spider Train, and that plus Rage, and this could end pretty quickly. Casualty of War. Destroy target troop that's not Arden or Underworlds. That would be the Spider. Spider is gone. Spiders OP, glad they aren't in current meta, and there's so much synergy with them. I forget, we're in the silver, you know, we're in Pandemic, aren't we? Yeah, we're in Pandemica's tower right now. Yeah, he must have said it in chat. We're in Pandemica's tower. This is the Singleton deck, and there's so much synergy just within spiders. You can actually make a spider deck that actually does a whole lot. I'm going to let this 4 hit because I'm afraid of a combat trick or something to get rid of my Web Spinner Prelet. Nothing at the end phase. Okay. I'm going to pop one of those zombies then. Not the one that's going to make more, but just to get one thing off the board and get a Nightfall so that I can start also doing some passive damage that way. Is Rotcast quick? Rotcast is quick. Oh, that's bad. Alright, so the spider train has come to an end for now. Rotcast, destroy target opposing troop with 3 or less. Okay. So I get a spider, but that spider could be immediately killed by the return of Runic Decay. And that's exactly what's going to happen here. So one of those cards is definitely a resource. The other 2 probably not. Still only 1 blood threshold. That could be a potential problem here. If I destroy this, you get 2 things. If I don't, I'm taking 2 damage. Alright. I'm gonna let you have your thing. That's more things coming back than I thought. I should have paid more attention. Still, I can chip those down bit by bit. And Skittering Cultivator is a good blocker. Brood Bounty is going to put another egg in the deck. And I keep wanting to hold Voidstar's Gaze just so I have some removal if anything comes out that is bigger and scarier than a 1/1 or a 2/2. But that 4 health off the Runic Decay. No! There goes my Rage Spider Dream. Alright. I'm taking 1 threat off the board. Oh! Portals and Iremaw to take out... Wow, okay. Okay. Alright, so now I need to Voidstar's Gaze that. And because there were enough cards in that crypt, I got a bonus troop. So basically I have a blocker now. Desperately need a spider train though. I'm going to trade out troops and I'm going to take 4. Ew, and the Rotting Chomp Knight will take out the Nightfall. So I am sitting here with literally nothing. Hatchery Priest isn't my savior. So I need to hit a big spider train or it's over. Come on, Spider Train. That's... 1 is not a train. 1 does not make a train. So even with optimal... No, I'm not dead. I'm dead. That killed me. Could have gone block, block, take 2. Now it's still block and take 4. So, spiders have fallen. And Akrazi is going to move on to the second deck. Oops. I'm ready. So let's get right down. I gotta write down name Akrasia. Akrazi has won a minimum of 3,000 gold. Whoops. What? Player declined challenge. Alright. So up next is number 4. Prismatic 4 is health gain. Let's try to gain all the life. Even though we only have 1 copy of every card to do it. Looks like Akrasia won the flip. Get to choose to play or draw. I'm going to keep this. We have Incantation of Righteousness in the starting hand. If you gain health, add a counter to this. When there's 5 or more, they all become Sentinels of Life, which are 4/4 life drainers. While you have 20 or more health, other troops you control have +2/+2. Very nice and strong way to get rewarded for trying to gain all that health. And that's going to be the turn 2 play here. Because then after that we have Prosperous Iljun, which gains 2 health. And that can start the train. Arctic Grizzly gains health equal to its cost. That'll interact with this. Holy Reprisal. Gain 2 health for each attacking troop, and then they have to sacrifice 1. So again, we're trying to gain some health. Let's get that Incantation of Righteousness down ASAP. And that's going to be the preferred target for the Rotting Chomp Knight, if Akrazia finds it. Alright, swinging in for 0, possibly working something with an assault trigger. Yeah, Fenteo was a beast. All by himself. Play the Prosperous Iljun, get my first trigger, pass the turn. Spiders were a limited terror. I think the original in the first Kismet draft, they actually took a few spider cards out because they thought spiders were going to be too good. That ability is not basic, right? It is not. Alright, so I'm just going to pass the turn because that's quick and I don't have to do that right now either. So let's just see where this goes. Alright, so that's dead. I think I'm fine with that. Continue to your combat phase. See if you swing with both. You do. I'm going to go ahead and Holy Reprisal now, since I don't even have a blocker. Force a sacrifice. And it looks like, okay, the drawn card was a resource, so it took 2 there. This righteousness is going to go off. Can play Arctic Grizzly at its full price. And I can swing with that. So deal 4, gain 4. Problem with it is, it is a troop. So it can be, and it's a 4/4 troop. It can be hit with Strangle. It can be hit with Kill. Now that it's a troop, it actually may be easier for Akrazia to take out. And indeed, there's the Dark of Night. Akrazia just had to wait for it to pop, and there it goes. And that provides a Nightfall, which is going to counterbalance my Daybreak. So that health total is just going to basically fluctuate back and forth. Prophet of Ren, when you gain a charge, gain 2 health. So you can play the Prophet. Gain a charge to gain some health. get another Daybreak. And go ahead and swing with our Grizzly here. And I'll go ahead and pass the turn over now. Gaining all the health, one card at a time. And now at the end of... okay, that changes the math here. That's a 6/4 that's going to eat one of the Daybreaks. And now it's going to have Deathcry gain a zombie too. I'm going to give you that too because I'm a health gain deck. And I'll get it back. Going to chuck the coins. Deal 2 damage, draw a card. Really didn't need it to be a shard. But gonna gain some health. Winter's Grasp voids a troop with 3 attack or less. Not gonna be able to hit the Chomp Knight with that. I think I just hold here. Mesa, look out. Target troop you control gets +2 defense this turn, and then you gain 2 health. Well, that's unfortunate. Destroy target opposing troop if you control a constant. Also lose 3 health. Yeah, we're getting close to bedtime. So dead troop and eating damage, not ideal. Is there a best way to use this? This can void that. Mesa Lookout would give one thing +2 defense, so only one of these 2 things can get killed. I don't know that I want to void that. Yeah, Mesa double block was my thought. Get rid of that. It'll eat Dawnbreak or Daybreak. It'll create a zombie. A zombie's a lot less scary. This can be voided then to give something those pair of death cries. Alright, don't have a strangle because that would ruin this for me. Haven't seen it yet. I have seen a few other flavors of removal. Four, 5, 6. Target troop you control get... What was that played on? What's the target for that? Is that targeting... It's targeting that? I think I have to Winter's Grasp that. Alright, so now they're both trading. And I have a whole lot of nothing. I have 31 health, but no cards, no constants. And that zombie is destroy target opposing artifact or constant and summon another zombie. Alright, got a repel. That can kill a zombie. Probably don't want to kill... Actually, maybe I want to kill the one that can destroy an artifact or constant while I don't have an artifact or constant to destroy. And then I'm just replacing one zombie with another zombie. And it's kind of like, eh. At least to stop 2 damage. Yeah, I'm going to kill that one while one of the death cries doesn't get to be of any value. And take 2 damage that I'm going to have to take anyway. And Righteous Paladin, where were you earlier when we were gaining the health? Void Star's gaze immediately answered, hits a Forbidden Tome Seeker. Nice hit. Completely legal when the game gives it to you. And that really didn't help. I think I like Akrazia's chances here. That's 2, 4, 6, 8 damage as is. Alright, so we're on 2-turn clock. Gonna have to hope Mooncall Ceremony does something. Oh, it helps us die faster. At the start of your turn, this deals 2 damage to you. Which basically means it's the same as actually blocking one of these things. Which also means the play is probably just to trade it with the Blight Burster. End up taking the damage that would deal me for dying. But not have to eat 2 points of damage for it continuing to live. So that was a surprisingly conservative swing. But I am still super dead next turn. Because Bloodbearer is not going to stop anything. Just this lowly 1/1. Yep, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. That's 8 damage. That's coming through. That cannot be stopped. And Akrazia is down through 2. 1 to go. Can the final deck make a stand? And is it going to be Raptos? It is not going to be Raptos. Raptos would be rough because Raptos doesn't obey the singleton rules. So we went 4, and now we need number 3. Prismatic Silver. Number 3 is Mono Wild. Alright, can good old Mono Wild push through and do what needs to be done to stop the Deathcry train from going 3-0? Or is Akrazia going to go the distance, clear this floor, and win some sweet, sweet prizes? Snapkeep. Eager Lackey, Poppy Pixie, Battle of Destiny. Everything about this hand is great early game. And I want that Eager Lackey down immediately. Ha! Well, okay, the goodness of this is limited. It's a wild, corrupt harvester. Can't be blocked except by artifact troops and or blood troops, so Akrazia definitely has access to blockers. All those zombies will be able to stop it. Alright, I'm actually seeing that. I'm going to Fate Weave, seek some fortune to try to make sure, help guarantee that I'm hitting resource drops. Turn 3 is for Poppy Pixie. Turn 4 would have Corrupt Harvester now. And then we'll need to find a resource eventually for Mary Maple and the Rowdy Ringmaster. Alright, Throw down that Pixie. Poppy Pixie, make my eager lackey grow! And swing in to deal 6. Just kidding. When it became a squirrel, it lost its underworld status and therefore became an eligible target for the casualty of war. Good play on Akrazia's part. Denies us 6 points of damage. Alright, so should be open to deal 2 here. Throw down the Corrupt Harvester. See how long that gets to do its damage. Now, also do have a couple nice actions in hand. Battle of Destiny. Target troop you control deals damage equal to its power to another troop. And you get the Fate Weave. And Pummel gives something +3/+3 and Crush. Alright, the Bloom Burster, Death Cry, create a wild shard and put it in your hand. It's not an artifact troop or a blood troop. I think I'd go hard here and swing with both of these. So that's a Crush 5/5. That can't be blocked. That's 8. And then I'm going to just go ahead and throw down the Soothing Seed Stag and hold the removal a little bit longer. I can take 4 if Akrazia wants to swing on that because I have access to gaining health. So that damage is just going to be a temporary setback. Oh, nope, just kidding. It's going to be a bigger setback because it's dead. So, Akrazia's Battle of Destiny takes out our conscripted hit. And now you get a Wild Shard and a zombie, but you're not swinging. Okay, you're quick, you are not. I'm gonna go ahead and swing with both of these things, be aggressive, lean into my health advantage. Go ahead and crush over. Call it a turn. And Akrazia will have enough resources to basically void that and create a zombie that will have another Deathcry summon a zombie and get a shard. But it's down to 7, so just gotta try to push through a few more points of damage. Wild Growth will be able to buff one of these. Oh, that's unfortunate. Alright, there's your replacement zombie. I summon a Storm Drummer. Give something battle. I'm going to Fate Weave here. I'm going to take out one of those zombies and I'm going to Fate Weave with Battle of Destiny to put a resource on top of the deck. because that way Merry Maple is playable next turn. And Merry Maple is at the start of your turn, transform another troop you control into a Merry Squirrel. So it's a 3/6 that will help give me more 6/6s. The Strangle took care of the Seed Stag, so I lost the ability to take out a constant. I'm going to take 2 points of damage here. And Blightbark Vampire, 3 damage in the air per turn. Let's get that Merry Maple down. No desire to swing in here. Now, Rowdy Ringmaster. Another target troop you control gets +1/+1 and crush. That troop battles up to 1 target opposing troop. So that's the play if next draw is a resource. Ooh, excuse me, would probably throw that on the Merry Maple. Oh, it is battle, so you are now a squirrel. Target troop you control gets +4/+4. And that's not until end of turn, that's permanent. Sadly, the squirrel is when you, at the start of your turn, you revert this. But let's swing in with both. Let's see what the block decisions are. If this gets through, it's lethal. 3/+4 equals 7. Decisions. This could be a chump block here, and then a trade here. Take a portal. What are you gonna do? Blossoming Brawn is not an uncommon card that has seen much play, so it's not something that I would reasonably expect anybody to be thinking, hey, my opponent might have Blossoming Brawn in hand. Maybe I need to play around that. That's just not in the equation. So that's the way the blocks go. So I'm going to play the Blossoming Brawn here to keep the tree alive. And that's going to take out the other troop there. Krazia will gain a little bit of health off of the Blightbark Vampire's ability and gets a portal. But now, the Merry Maple is a very merry, very punishing maple that can deal 7 damage all by itself. Taking 3. Okay. Left yourself with 1 blocker. Bold move, Cotton. Unravel. Okay. Gonna swing with the Merry Maple. You probably want to block this, but maybe you don't. Okay. I'll give you the Nightfall. Now I've got pheromones that can make all opposing troops have to block this troop this turn if able. So basically, if another troop or something comes out, I can make Krazia block the maple so that can go bang, bang, bang across all of those troops. Deathcry summon a zombie. Okay. Taking 3. There's shard number 6. Rowdy Ringmaster. Is going to gain Crush, become an 8/8, and it can swing over to deal 7 points of damage to Acrazia. Gonna take all 8. And your ability is just to deploy, so... And the Rowdy Ringmaster can become a squirrel next turn. 6/6 in its own. Acrazia tapping out. It is too much to handle. Let's see what happens if I go here. Okay, good. It does properly. Go over to my internet browser. So I need to bring up the Wheel of Prizes. Is this the correct thing? That looks correct. Yeah, it's got some stuff in here I don't have anymore, though. Okay, so Acrazia, you won 1 spin on the Wheel of Prizes here. I am going to need to confirm whatever you hit I actually still have in my possession to send you, though, because the wheel has not been doing a good job of properly deleting things out of the list once I've given them out. So if you hit something I do not actually have to be able to send you, then I will re-roll to get you a different prize that I can actually give you. So let's go over to our Wheel of Prizes here, and for 2 wins, let's see what Acrazia is going to walk away with. Wheel of Prizes, turn. Shows the prize Acrazia will earn 4 uncommon Frostheart chests. I'm going to roll again. You're going to get a bonus spin. Some of those lower value ones I don't treat as your one and only prize. Alright, so you are going to get 1 copy of Final Performance and 4 Frostheart chests. So I will have those off to you here in a few minutes, and Mystery is going to have 3,000 gold coming along. And so that'll do it for me tonight. I want to appreciate everybody hanging out with me and enjoying some Dungeon Masters of Entrath action. I will be streaming tomorrow on my personal channel. I arrowed over to my name. If you want to give me a follow, if you're not already, that's where you'll be able to find me tomorrow. More Dungeon Masters of Entrath, exactly the kind of action we've been doing today, we'll be doing tomorrow. So we're going to have some fun. You can also find me on social media. Twitter, I am Thrawn Omega there. On Xbox, if you have Xbox Live, I'm Thrawn Omega there. So hit me up, stop by, say hi. But want to thank you all for a fun evening. This is a great way to celebrate 1 year of doing this show. And catch some of you again maybe on my channel tomorrow. Otherwise, next Tuesday right here on the official channel as usual. Have a good night.